One more time with the loud salawat, please all come forward. Especially those who are sitting close to the door, please come forward. Another salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي السلام عليك يا ممتحنة امتحنك الذي خلقك قبل أن يخلقك فوجدك لما امتحنك به صابرة السلام عليك أيتها الصديقة الشهيدة السلام عليك أيتها المظلومة المقصوبة. May Allah inshallah accept all our dua, prayers and amal inshallah and reward us for our gathering and our majlis tonight. Recite a louder salawat and gift it to Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Our most sincere condolences on the martyrdom of Zahra salamullah alayha. First to Imam of As inshallah and to all mu'mineen and mu'minat. Inshallah all the marhumeen will get benefit from this majlis. Recite another salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. If we could see the unseen in this world, we would have seen that not only you mu'mineen and mu'minat, you're grieving the martyrdom of Zahra salamullah alayha, but also the angels, the people of heaven, they are in grief of the shahada and the musibat of Sayyidah Fatima salamullah, not only us. That's why we have been recommended when this is the time of the sorrow and sadness of Ahlul Bayt. Because when the Imam is sad, all the universe is sad, right? When the Imam of Az, which is we know that right now is his feelings, all the universe is sad. Let's clear it for the world by saying this. If tonight was only the night of the demise of Zahra salamullah alayha, we would still get together and we would cry, would have majlis for Zahra salamullah alayha. Let alone that tonight is the night of the martyrdom of Zahra. Because of missing this great lady, the mother of our 11 of our Imams, it shows that, you know, how important is this night. A lady that you heard says, Khayrun Nisa al-Alamin, Sayyidatun Nisa al-Alamin. The best of all women in both worlds. You know, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he says someone is the best of something, he looks at all the aspects of that life, not only one aspect. I might say how smart this person is, how good is this person, because I see one aspect of his life. But when Rasulullah, immaculate person, is saying this, he is looking at all the aspect of life of someone. This is the night of the attributes of Zahra, to talk about it and to recognize her values a little bit more and see what we can get from her life and use in our lives. But at the beginning, inshallah, we talk a little bit about Fada'il and the attributes of her. You know that the Hujjat of Allah, the representative of God right now on the earth, is our beloved Imam, our 12th Imam. He is the Hujjat of Allah. That means That means he is the most completed human beings from all the aspects of humanity. He should be our role model, right? Whatever we want to do, we have to look at him. He's the perfect example of the ideal human being that Allah created. So if we want to see the value of Sayyid Zahra, look at this. Imam of Asr, he is saying that, I want extra attention because of the greatness and the value of this. The Imam of Az, this is in Bahar, he says, وَفِبْنَةِ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَآلِهِ لِي أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. My role model in life is my mother Zahra, peace be upon her. There is an uswa, there is an example in the life of Zahra that is good for me. The Imam of Az is saying this. It is not a simple person. The one who is the role model of the whole world, he is saying that my role model is my mother Zahra. And I'm asking you, when you have a role model, imagine if he comes to you and says, you know what, I have a role model as well. All your life you were thinking about your role model, how great is this person, and he comes and introduces someone else as his role models. It shows the greatness of that person. And when definitely Imam, immaculate person, Hujjat of Allah, he is saying that there is an example and model in Zahra, example in the life of my mother, Sayyidah Zahra, that means from all aspects of her life. If you look at the life of Imam of Az, a different aspect. It's a spiritual part, right? It's political part. It's personal life, personal parts of the life. There is an example in the life of Sayyidah Zahra, my mother for myself. The Imam of Az is saying it. We're going to see why we're sitting here tonight. What is the reason if someone comes here, open the door, says, what is the reason that you got together and you're grieving for someone who passed away many, many years ago? Sayyid, in Quran, Surah Ahzab, Ayah 21, it says, وَلَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Right? It says, there is indeed a good model for you in the Messenger of Allah. The Messenger of Allah, Rasulullah, he is the role model for us. There is an example, there's a model in his life. When we put this ayah of Quran and that tradition that Imam of Az says, there's an uswa, there's a model in the life of my mother for me. How do we put this together, this ayah and this riwayah, right? This tradition. How we get to the conclusion and how we can interpret it. The interpretation is that the soul of Sayyidah Zahra salamullah alayha is the same soul as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. وَلَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. And Imam of Az, he's saying, my role model is my mother Zahra. That means the soul is the same soul. Sayyid, is this your conclusion or this is what you got from Ma'soom? And you know, I usually, those people that know me, I just say from tradition and ayat. This is what Rasulullah said. Allahumma innaha minni wa ana minha. Ya Allah, she is from me and I am from her. And it's not so odd because he used the same things for Imam of Hussein alayhi salam, right? Husseinu minni wa ana min Hussein. The soul of Zahra, peace be upon her, and the soul of Rasulullah, not the daraja, right? The levels, Rasulullah is number one in the world. That's no question. But the soul is the same type of soul that Rasulullah says, wa ana minha. The same. We're grieving someone, the daughter of Rasulullah, with this level, this greatness. Definitely the role model of Imam of Az should be our role model as well. Definitely it should be. And when you have a role model, you don't just praise it. You don't just annually come to the masjid, to the center, and listen to the khutbah. Let's admire Zahra and her life, and then go home until next year. This is not what you do with your role model, right? If you have a role model, you study the life of your role model. You want to become like your role model. You want to do as best as possible to be like your role model. You want to step behind your role model, to be like that person. Not just to admire, listen something and then go home. No, that's what we want. We want to get to know the values of this short life of Zahra salamullah alayha and see what we can get for our lives. The most authentic traditions that we have, they said she was 18 years old when she was shaheed. You know what that means? Younger than, if not all, the majority of all of us. 18 years old. There is a question, how is it possible an 18 years old become a role model for Imam, immaculate person? Isn't there something important that I have to go study, see what was within this 18 years from different aspects of her life that she became the role model of the universe? We can say it, right? What did she do? Specifically after the demise of Rasulullah, the most important part of the life of Zahra happened after the demise of Rasulullah. What happened? So I have to just bypass it? I have to study it. 18 years old, she became like this. Look, Imam of As says, وَفِي فَفِبْنَةِ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ لِأُسْوَةٌ, right? In the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, there's a model, there's an example for me. He didn't say وَفِي نُوح وَفِي إِبْرَاهِيم لِي أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ, right? He didn't say my role model is Nuh or Ibrahim. He said my role model is Zahra salamullah alayha. There is something in the life of Zahra that I have to study. This is my responsibility to go study, pull it out and use it for my life. I'm claiming I'm the follower of Zahra. Among all these stars, the immaculate people that we know, there's only one lady. It's shining. When there is one, that person is very unique. One lady, Sayyidatun Nisa al-Alam, Khayrun Nisa, right? One. There is something in the life of Zahra that Allah made her the best. Imagine when Allah wants to make someone the best. Someone was gathering the different aspects of the life of Sayyidah Zahra, and we were looking from different aspects. Fatima and Tawheed, Fatima and prophethood, Fatima and justice of Allah, Fatima and the day of judgment, Fatima and worship, Fatima and taqwa, Fatima and imam, Fatima and patience. You find one aspect of a life of the complete human being. See if we can find the example in the life of Fatima salamullah alayhi. Good for you guys. This is my conclusion. Good for you, my brothers and sisters, for sitting here tonight commemorating the martyrdom of Zahra, peace be upon her. You really want, during the time of the days and nights, see what are the feelings, what are Imam of As is doing right now. But this is definitely what we know. He's grieving the masa'ib of his mother Zahra right now. And you are doing the same. You're following him in this matter. Good for you guys. Good for those who are crying for Zahra, because Imam of As is crying for Zahra tonight as well. He missed his role model. Fatimiyya is a revolution. Fatimiyya is a movement. You don't hide your revolution. You don't hide your movement, your documents. Zahra salamullah alayha, she is a document for the innocence of Islam, to prove out of all these propaganda and bad news about Islam that they want to show how cruel and how to show it how cruel is Islam and oppressing lifestyle. The life of Zahra and Fatimiyya is the best proof and document that you can show it to the world and to see, look. This is Islam, this is Fatima. Zahra had a revolution without any weapon. She was just innocence. She defended her Imam of Asr through her life. this is the value of Zahra, peace be upon her. Because this is the shahadat of Zahra, I will let you know more about the ma'arif and the values of her. But if I want to pull out one aspect of the life of Zahra, which is very practical for our daily life right now, I want to go through one aspect of the life of Sayyidah Zahra sallallahu alaihi, which is good from both sides. We can use it. One from individual sides of our lives, and the second for the social life, the Muslims society, community, and the whole world. It's a big claim that we're saying. I will inshallah quickly go through these two aspects of one factor of the life of Zahra. By looking at it and pulling out it and applying it to our lives, we can first make our personal life the best life, and then our society and community as well. One of the most important parts of the life of Zahra that I want to talk about tonight is the dignity and the izzah that Salamullah alayhi Zahra gave to humanity. The dignity and the honor that Sayyidah Zahra, she showed to us through the entire of her lives, that we should have it. I want to prove it, how important is this aspect. The root of the problems, the root of the mistakes and the sins that human beings are committing right now is because of lack of izzah, the lack of honor and dignity. I want you to get used to this term, the izzah, right? Dignity. The majority of the problem that you see, some of the groups of Muslimin are falling into it in the wrong direction, showing the wrong picture of Islam, is because they lost their dignity and the honor. They think they can show by violence, they can show the dignity of Islam. But when you look at the life of Zahra, you see, no. By your silence, you can show the dignity of Islam as well. The topic of the izzah, the topic of the dignity. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. This is ayah Quran, Surah Fatir, ayah 10. Man kana yuridu al-izzah, falillahi al-izzatu jami'a. If you want to have dignity and honor in your life, the whole honor and dignity is in the hands of Allah. If you want the dignity, we want the dignity in our lives, right? We want everybody respect us. We want all the world respect Muslimin. I want to go somewhere and they know I'm Muslim and they respect me. So the whole honor and dignity that you're looking for is in the hands of Allah. And the only path, the only way that you can reach and achieve this izzah is through the path of Ahlul Bayt. This is the only way that Allah guaranteed you can get the izzah. Why am I saying it? Is it my words? No. Let's go to Ziyarah Jama'ah. We want to save the world. We want to say that this is wrong that you guys are doing. In Ziyarah Jama'ah it says, Man atakum naja. Whoever comes to you, Ahlul Bayt, will be saved. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ هَلَكْ. Whoever gets away from you and your life would be ruined. This is guaranteed. The only path that you can get the izzah from Allah, from the source of izzah, is through the path of Ahlul Bayt. But Sayyid, there are many Muslimin and stuff like that in the world. They are Muslim as well. This is the question that we are answering. Because as long as we are in the path of Zahra and her children, we will find the izzah and we are towards getting the izzah. As soon as we get deviated from the path of Zahra, we'll get away from the izzah and honor. If you see some of this Muslimin, this group and that group, let's kill this one, because you're not Muslim, we'll kill you. Because you don't have izzah. You lost. You're confused. You lost your self-esteem. You don't even know about Islam. Because the izzah that we have it, the honor that we have it is not through us. The izzah is through Allah. And whoever He wants will give the izzah and dignity to. These people are lost. As-salamu ala a'immat al-huda wa masabih al-duja. Peace be upon those who are the lights of the hidayah and guidance. This is the ummah of Islam. If they use Fatimiyya, if they study the life of Zahra, Imam of Asi is man atakum najwa. If you go to him, you follow him, you will be saved. And he is talking about his mother Zahra, that she is his role model. The topic of Izzah in the life of Zahra, you see that during this 18 years, she added into the Izzah the dignity of human beings, not only women in both worlds, even the whole universe. Human beings. Imam of Sajjad alayhi salam, in Dua Makaram of Akhlaq in Sahifa Sajjad, he says, Allahumma a'izzani. Ya Allah, give me dignity and honor. This is the dua that he is saying and asking Allah. We want the izzah, we want the honor. In Quran, we recite it a lot. Walillah, we recite it, it says, وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. Allah is Aziz, right? He's dignified. If Allah is Aziz, the most completed version of our attributes, if we are saying that we have to be forgiving, merciful to other people, right? We have to be generous. Allah He has the most complete version of that attribute. When we said you have to get closer to Allah, that means you are getting closer to the most complete version of the attributes that Allah has it. When Allah is Aziz, He is dignified, He is honored, He wants us to be dignified as well. The closer you are to the life of Allah, to the life of Ahlul Bayt, the closer you are to getting the izzah and honor and dignity in your life. This is the social part of Fatimiyya, that you can use it. If the whole world, the population comes and sit down in front of the life of Zahra, they will learn how they should treat each other. The problem is because they got deviated from the path of Allah. Let me go to historical aspect of it very quickly. What happened after the demise of Rasulullah? This train of Islam was going towards the right path. This is a very simple example. This train of Islam was going toward the right path, right? Some people, they deviated this train. They add another road into it, another track. And I'm asking you, if they add another road into this train, where the train goes? Somewhere else. Rasulullah said there is only two ways that should be together in order you reach salvation. Thaqalain, kitab Allah wa itrati. If you have these two together, Quran, the kalam of Wahid, the revelation that Rasulullah had, if you get this one and the life of Ahlul Bayt, you will reach salvation. If you get deviated from this path, this train is not going to take you to salvation. This is what happened. Some people, they tried to deviate the path of Islam. This is the path of Fatima and her children. Let's look at our personal life. How can we use Fatimiyya? Look, we're talking about the izzat of Fatima, the dignity of Fatima. In Quran, we see, Quran says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We bestowed dignity on the children of Adam, وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِّمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا تَفْضِيلًا, and made them much superior to many other creatures. We already gave you the honor. Allah is saying it. We bestowed you the honor and the dignity. This is your responsibility to achieve, to keep this izzah and apply it into your lives. If you know your values of life, I said the root of the problem of humanity is because they lost their izzah, right? Their dignity. If you know how much you're worth, that's what I want to get tonight, inshallah. If you know how much you're worth, the value that you have, you wouldn't commit any sins. If you know how much you're worth, you're sitting here as youth, as adult, parents, father and mother. If you know how much you're worth, if you know your price in the eyes of Allah, you never lower and decrease your values by following shaitan. Let's put it this way. Oh my son, do you know how much you're worth? Do you know how much this eye is worth in the eyes of Allah? Do you know what is your value in Allah's perspective? Do not decrease your value, your price by looking at haram. Oh my daughter, do you know how much you're worth and how beautiful you are in the eyes of Allah? Do you know that angels are looking at you when you go out with this beautiful hijab outfit? You go out. Do you know that the angels are looking at you and admiring you? This is your prize that Allah says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We already dignified and we already bestowed dignity to the sons of Adam. This is your values. Do not follow shaitan to put your values down. Why am I saying it? Because this is in Surah Tawbah, Ayah 111. إِنَّ اللَّهَ اشْتَرَى مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَمْوَالَهُمْ بَأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. Allah already bought the soul and the nafs of mu'mineen. He has bought their lives and their wealth for the believers in exchange of the paradise. I'm telling you, if you have a company that is buying your product so high and so expensive, would you go somewhere else to sell it cheap? No, you don't do it. Allah is the one who is going to pay for your soul and for your nafs. Do not put yourself down. This is how much you're worth. If you go to the path of shaitan, if you get away from the path of Ahlul Bayt, you are lowering, decreasing your price. Let me give you this example. If you say loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. We said the majority of the problems, the mistakes that people in the universe, in the world are committing, and also individually I'm doing because I lost my dignity and my honor. If I am backbiting because I'm not dare enough and brave enough to go in front of that person and talk about what's the problem. If I am lying because I'm weak, I consider myself weak. I'm not brave enough to tell the truth. Imagine, this is a very clear example. Imagine you want to sell your car. You want to sell your car. You go to a dealer. What he's doing, he's trying to decrease the value of your, car. What does he do? He will tell you, you know what? You had some accident here. You have some dents here. You painted. Look at the mirror. Look at the window. He's trying to decrease your values, right? The value of your car. And he convinced you that this car doesn't worth more than $5,000. You know what? I do, favor to you, buy it for $5,000 if you want. And you're like, okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. $5,000. You give $5,000. You go home. Tomorrow you're passing the dealership. You see that he put the sign, $10,000 for your car. What did he do? He lowered your price. He hurt your price. He wanted to show that it doesn't worth that much. This is exactly what shaitan would do to you. Comes to your naf, would decrease your price and your dignity and your honor. He wants to tell you, you do not worth that much in the hands of Allah, in the eyes of Allah. No, you don't worth it. Remember what you did a few years ago? And you want to come to Fatimi and sit down and cry for Zahra? Get away from it. Go somewhere else. You do not worth that much. But if I know that Allah says, Inna Allah hashtara, Allah is ready to buy my soul and my life. I'm not going to sell it cheap to you, shaitan. This is how much I worth. I have the best one that can buy my soul and my nafs. I'm not going to follow you to sell it cheap to you. I am the Shia and the follower of Zahra. I'm not going to follow you. I have this role model in front of me. That's Imam Baqir alayhi salam. He said, all people, when they have haja, request comes to us. When we have haja, we go to our mother Zahra, peace be upon her. Allahu Akbar. If I have fever, I want Imam Sadiq, Imam Baqir to come here, just put their hands on my head and says, it's gone. Imam Baqir, there's a tradition, says, when I have fever, I put my hands on my forehead. I say a few times, Ya Ummah, Ya Fatima. Imam Baqir. Allahu Akbar. This is a person that we are sitting here to commemorate her shahada. This is Zahra, peace be upon her. This is my honor and my dignity that I am following this one. I have the same outfit as Zahra, and Shaitan, you're going to come to me and to say, oh, some people are going to talk bad about it, so I have to change it. When Imam Baqir, he is proud of his mother. Imam of Az is saying she's my role model. Then I should change my right path because Shaitan is going to come to me and says, you don't worth that much. No, I got my dignity from Allah through the path of Fatima and Ahlul Bayt. فَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ جَمِيعًا. I'm not going to change it. Shaitan, you comes to me and you want to tell me you have to commit this and that. My youth, my younger friends, pay attention. These are new things that you're hearing. When you walk in the street, imagine you have your earphones, you're listening to Quran, you have your hijab, you're walking in the on the campus, you are shining in the world, you're like stars, angels are looking at you, you're affecting around you positively, you're surrounding positively. That person who is committing haram while he's walking, he does not affect anything, probably negatively would affect his surrounding. But you that you are following the path of Ahlul Bayt, you are positively affecting, you're like stars, you're shining, you're affecting everyone around you. Have you seen when you have a mu'min, a believer's person in a family, he or she can affect positively the whole family. One person. You are so important. Don't sell yourself cheap. This is your value. But Shaitan every day comes to you. Every day. Try to decrease your value and your price. No, I'm following Zahra salamullah alayha. Sayyid, what happened if I get away from the path of Zahra? You know what happened? If you get away from the life of Zahra and her children, you will follow the path of Shaitan. You will do everything that you would decrease your level, right? You comes to the level that Quran says, أُولَٰئِكَ بَلْهُمْ أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ. These people, Quran said, Islam says the regulation, you should not drink. Because if you drink, there is no difference in the status of your mind and animal. You don't understand anything. The same. But the honor that we gave you, we do not want you even 1 second to be neglected about your honor and your dignity. Because one day, if I come here and I'm not conscious, I don't know what I'm doing in front of you guys. If I do something, tomorrow when I come, he says, oh, he's that person that he did the things yesterday. You should not put yourself down even for 1 second. If you put yourself 1 second, this is Shaitan one. So, أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنَامِ. Quran says, if you follow the path of Shaitan, أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنَامِ. These people, they like animals. At the day of judgment, animals come and says, Ya Allah, we didn't do the things that such as some people they did. Why did you guys insulted us? We didn't do some of the actions that some of the human beings, they did. You insulted us. Allah says, أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ. No, they are worse than animals. This is what it comes to. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. Don't put yourself down. Don't put your dignity and your honor down. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala. Even Shia, as long as they were stepping towards the path of Ahlul Bayt, Man atakum naja wa man lam ya'tikum halak. They were in the path of dignity and honor. As soon as they got away from it, they got away from dignity. Let's go to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Ask him. We see the dignity in Ashura. He is the son of Zahra salamullahi alayha. Ya Imam of Hussein, tell me, Imam al-Hussein, tell me how much should I go with keeping my dignity and my honor? How important is my dignity and honor? How far should I go to keep my dignity in front of people and to show I am Muslim and I am proud of being in this path and having this lifestyle? How much you go with it? Imam Hussein says, very clearly, موت في عز خير من حياة في ظل. If you die with dignity and honor, it's more important and more valuable than living with humiliation. حياة من الذلة. No. Hussein and dhillah, Hussein and humiliation for this dunya, for two different roads, forget about it. Even in ahkam, to have your dignity, to know, what do I mean by dignity? I know I am Muslim, I'm proud of it, I'm announcing it. I am the Shia and the follower of Zahra. I am proud to announce it to the world. I always say that. When it comes to Fatima, to the Shahada of Imam, I have my black clothing. I go to work. Some people say, it's been a few days, you're wearing black. You see the changes. What happened? Oh, this is the Fatimiyya. What is Fatimiyya? The days and the nights of the Shahadat of Zahra. Who is Zahra? This is Zahra. Do you know how many people, they came to Islam just with hearing the name of Zahra and reading the biography of Zahra, her life? This is your dignity. This is your honor. I'm proud. I'm Muslim. I'm following Zahra salamullah alayha. When it comes to, even in ahkam, look how important it is to keep your izzah. Even in ahkam, we see that whenever you have water, you should not go do tayammum, right? If you have water, you shouldn't do tayammum. There's some occasion, such as this one that I'm telling you, if there is water, you can do tayammum as well. You don't have to go get the water. What is it? If someone has the water, you don't have the water. Someone has the water. You have to go ask him. Can I have some water? If you want to go ask him and get water, but he is going to humiliate you and put your value and your dignity down, you do not have to go ask for water. You can do tayammum and say your salat to keep your dignity and your izzah. If you see that in different aspects of our life, you said that Zahra Samulayha, Sayyid Zahra, we said that in different aspects of her life, she had the dignity and honor. If you see that in the marital problem, if you see that he's yelling at his wife because he lost his honor, he doesn't know that this is not the path that you will get honor, dignity. فَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ جَمِيعًا. If you want to follow the path, you have to go in front of the life of Zahra and Amir al-Mu'minin alayhim as-salam to find your dignity and honor. He's lost, he's confused. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Imam Hussein in Dua Arafah says, وَفِي نَفْسِي فَضَلِّلْنِي فَفِي أَعْيُنِ النَّاسِ فَعَظِّمْنِي. In front of other people, Ya Allah, give me dignity and honor. And only in front of you I am humiliated, I am down. Only in front of you. We are claiming that we can solve the problems of the ummah by having the izzat of Zahra salamullah alayha. By listening to the values, by listening to the teachings of Zahra salamullah alayha and following her path. And the problem is that some people, they tried to break this honor. You see, even to the last moment of the life of Zahra salamullah alayha, when the enemies are attacking her house, she is defending her Imam of As, and she does not put herself down and begging these people. No, this is the izzat of Zahra. If you want to find the izzah, if you want to find the meaning of the izzah and the honor and dignity, izzah means one lady alone in front of many, many enemies. Izzah means being crushed behind the door but not bowing down in front of oppression. Izzah means Fatima going to masjid all alone to stay in front of all those enemies. Izzah means the speech of Fatima even though she was in the pain of losing her baby. These are all the examples of the Izzah. Izzah means the honor of Fatimiyya. Izzah means not begging for help. Izzah means defending the wilayah and the imamat with pain. Izzah means losing six-month-old baby, but not forgetting Imam. Izzah means taking the last breath, but thinking about her hijab and her dignity. Izzah means Fatimiyya. Izzah means Fatimiyya. If I want to be dignified in my life, I'll sit down in front of Zahra and her children. Good for you guys that, you are the followers of Zahra salamullah alayha. You're following Zahra in your life. Good for you guys that you are crying for losing a role model like Zahra salamullah alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammadin wa ajjal farajahum. The dignity that Zahra gave us, as long as we are in the path of Zahra. Tonight is the night of musibah, but let me show it to you that how important to get your dignity from life of Zahra, from the path of Ahlul Bayt. Very quickly. This is a beautiful story. Abdullah ibn Umar. Abdullah bin Umar. He is the son of the second caliph. He didn't give the oath of allegiance to Imam Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam. When it comes to his khilafah, he didn't give it. He said, this is fitna, I'm not giving you the bay'ah. He did bay'ah, he gave the oath of allegiance to Muawiyah. So he was confused all his life. Abdullah bin Umar, right? When Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he wanted to leave Mecca to come towards Kufa. He came to Imam and says, Hussein, don't go to Kufa. People will kill you. Why? He said, because I heard from Rasulullah that my son Hussein will be killed, and whoever doesn't help Hussein will be humiliated and will become dhalil. Don't go there, because they want to kill you. So he's trying to advise the Imam of his Asr. Don't go there. He thought he doesn't know that what's going to happen. He was telling Imam Hussein to don't go there. You know why? Because he knew if Imam goes, he has to go himself. Because Rasulullah says, if you don't go with him and don't help him, you will become dhalil and humiliated. If you don't follow the path of Ahlul Bayt, you will become humiliated. Right? This is what we said. If you don't follow the path of Ahlul Bayt, you will be humiliated. After Yazid, la'natullah alayh, Abdul Malik Marwan, he became the caliph, right? He had a governor of Medina, Hajjaj bin Yusuf Thaqafi. Very, very cool guy. Very bloodthirsty guy. What happened? He came to Medina, he started killing people to get the bay'ah. Abdullah bin Umar, that he didn't give bay'ah to Amir al-Mu'minin, at night knocked on the door of Hajjaj, opened the door. What happened? I came to give oath of allegiance and bay'ah to you. Hajjaj was laying down in his bed. Very cruel person, Hajjaj. He was laying down in his bed. He says, why you came right now? He says, I want to give my bay'ah to you. He says, why you didn't wait until tomorrow? He says, I thought, if I die without giving bay'ah, without recognizing Imam of Asr of my time, I will die the die of Jahiliyyah. So I came to give you bay'ah. This was because of the fear of this. He was scared that he's going to kill him like other people. I gave to give you my bay'ah, so I know my Imam of Asr. Hajjaj, he didn't come out of his bed. He pulled his leg out from under the sheet of the bed, says, give bay'ah to my feet. Usually they give bay'ah to the hands. Abdullah bin Umar, that you didn't give bay'ah to the hands of Ali, you will give the bay'ah to the foot of Hajjaj bin Yusuf. You will become dhalil. What Rasulullah says. What did he say? If you don't go help Hussein, you'll become humiliated. Now you see what I meant by following Ahlul Bayt and Zahra to find. You didn't give bay'ah to the hands of Hussein, the son of Fatima, the son of Amir al-Mu'minin, the son of Rasulullah. You have to give bay'ah to the leg of Hajjaj bin Yusuf. Be humiliated like that. You don't help Hussein, you stay in Kufa. Those people that they went to Karbala and they have been killed for the path of Imam al-Hussein. They got dignified. They are so honored that now we call them our heroes, right? The Shuhada of Karbala. And those people that they stayed in Kufa, what happened? Mus'ab, he came and he slaughtered all of them. You saw in the movie of Mukhtar. He slaughtered them all of them. He slaughtered them. You want to find Izzah? Only in the path of Ahlul Bayt. This is in Ziyarah Ashura we recite, Allahumma ij'al mahyaya mahya Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Wa mamati mamata Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Ya Allah, if I want to live the way that Rasulullah and his family they live. If I want to die, I want the same death of Rasulullah and Ahlul Bayt. That much dignity and honor in my life. This is the honor and dignity that you get in the life of, from the life of Ahlul Bayt, from the life of Zahra. That would help you to get your honor. And with that, you will be dignified all your lives. Now it's clear for me, those people that attack the house of Zahra, salamullah alayha, they attack the meaning of Izzah totally. They want to put down the Izzat of Islam, to put down the Izzat of Ahlul Bayt. But the problem was that they didn't know that the Izzah is from Allah. You can't destroy it. One lady in front of all these enemies. Imagine. One lady like Zahra salamullah alayha, that Rasulullah says, whenever I want to smell heaven, I come to Zahra salamullah alayha. He's la yantawa anil hawa. He doesn't, na'udhu billah, he doesn't say whatever is not the truth. We are here to commemorate the shahadat of this lady. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum والآن أعداءهم أجمعين اللهم صل على فاطمة وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسر المستودع فيها بعدد ما أحاط به الملك السلام عليك يا فاطمة يا بنت رسول الله السلام عليك أيتها المظلومة المغصوبة O Zahra, peace be upon you. We were not in Medina at that time to help you, but definitely if these brothers and sisters, they were in the alleys of Medina, they would have come and help you against this enemy. I want you to think about the life of Zahra, only within 18 years old, at the end of her life. She's asking Allah, Ya Allah, Ilahi Ajjal Wafati Zariya. Ya Allah, Fatima has been suffered a lot in this dunya, although she's only 18 years old. But please hasten in the death of Zahra. Ya Allah, how can I live in this city? How can I live in this city that I saw what these people did to my husband Ali? These enemies of Allah behind the door, they knock on the door and they're asking, you have to open the door. He shouted, if you don't open the door, I will burn this house with all people in it. They told him, this is Zahra in this house, Baz'atul Rasul, she is in this house, this is the house of revelation, the Wahi. He said, even if this is Zahra in the house, I will burn the house. Zahra Salamullah alayha behind the door. What do you want from us? The body of Rasulullah was still on the ground. You went to share the Khilafah. What else do you want from us? That's Malone, you know what he did. The door is in fire right now. That's enough. No, he kicked the door and Zahra between the door and the wall. Ya Rasulallah, Ajarakallah. Imagine, ladies, they know when you have 6-month-olds, baby, you're so attached to this baby. You do everything to protect your baby. Imagine when Zahra sat down behind the door, she called, Ya Fidlatu Khudini, Fizza, come here and help me, because I think I lost my Muhsin. MashaAllah. I don't know, but I'm asking you. I don't know when these enemies of Allah, they always target the 6-month-old baby. We have another 6-month-old baby in Karbala. Let's go from Fatimiyya to Karbala. يا ابن شبيب كان كنت باكيا على شايف أبقى للحسين. There was one 6-month-old baby in Karbala in the hands of Imam Hussein, Imam al-Hussein. If you don't want to give us the water, that's fine. This baby, imagine how much a baby would drink water. Take this baby and go give him water. That's Malone called Harmala. Don't you see the neck of Ali Azraya? Fatima is standing in Karbala. You know what that arrow did to the neck of Ali Azraya? Let's go back to the house of Fatima. Let's see what happened when Zahra was behind the door. You know, when someone is knocking on the door, when the mother or father, they go to open the door, these little children go with them to see who is there. I don't know, maybe Zahra, when she was behind the door, maybe 5 years old, Zainab Salamullah alayhi, she was maybe Imam Hussein and Imam Hassan, they were watching their mom. Ya Zahra, Ya Zahra, Ya Zahra. She's in pain, they broke her ribs. When she opened her eyes, she told Fizza, where is Ali? Before she talk about anyone else, she's asking, where is my husband Ali?
when she went to help Amir al-Mu'mineen, that Mal'un said to his slave, Ghunfud, take her away from Ali. And he hit the arm of Zahra with the cover of his sword. Imam Sadiq says, وَكَانَ السَّبَبُ بِفَاتِهَا أَنَّ قُنْفُذًا مَوْلًا فُلَانٍ كَذَابٍ عَلَى الزَّيْبِ. The reason of the martyrdom and the shahadat of our mother Zahra is that the ghulam and the slave of that person hit our mother Zahra. Ya Zahra, look at these people. They come from different distances to be here and to cry for you. Ya Zahra, we heard that the day of judgment you pick your Shia. You said he was with us, she was a Shia as well. Ya Zahra, at the day of judgment we just ask you to be our Shafi'ah and to ask Allah to forgive us. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه والعين أعداءهم أجمعين. This is the time of dua. Bring all your hajat in your mind. On top of all your hajat, the dhuhur and the return of Imam of us. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج والعافية والناس ومد في عمره الشريف وزين الأرض بطول بقائه. Ya Allah, we kindly ask you for the sake of Fatima, please hasten in the dhuhur and the return of our beloved Imam of Asr. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, please accept all this adha and masaib and all this majalis from us. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Allah, give us the opportunity to learn about the ma'arif of Ahlul Bayt and be able, inshallah, to use them in our lives. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Allah, please make our youth successful in this dunya wal akhirah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Many of these brothers and sisters, they have some hajats they cannot even tell to their beloved ones. Ya Allah, bihaqq al-Zahra, for the sake of Fatima salamullah alayha, please give them all their khair hajats. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, we ask you, all those friends that are sick, they couldn't come to this majlis, the same majalis. Please, Ya Allah, cure them all at this time. Don't those friends that passed away from this community, Ya Allah, bihaqq al-Zahra, please send the thawab out of this majlis to their soul, inshaAllah. Rahimallah man yaqra'u al-Fatihata ma'a as-salawat.